Shit. This is what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Yo. What up, though, people? Like to welcome you back to the Keep It a C-Note podcast. I am your boy Brown. To the left of me, I got...
You got your boy John.
To the left of John, we got...
Vito.
The lefty. We got a lot going on today. If you subscribe, thank you for coming back. If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like button, leave us a comment. The 76ers, fellas. The 76ers, disappointing season. You got a lot going on with them. Do you bring Glenn back? Harden about to get like $46 million next year.
You said Glenn.
Glenn Rivers. Oh. I was told, shout out to everybody in Philly. I was told that we can't call him Doc Rivers. There's only one Doc in the city of Philadelphia, and that's Dr. J. So,
I ain't mad at that.
You know, James Harden, $46 million. Tobias about to get a big check. Still owe him for 2 years. What should the Sixers do? What's their next move?
Oof. I don't know. I mean, Doc, I ain't gonna blame it all on him. But he
on who?
On Doc Rivers.
Who?
On Glenn?
On Glenn?
On Lil Baby.
On Glenn.
Lil Baby?
But as far as like the team, we're stuck with them unless we make a move. And then there's only one person that you could make a potential move with on the Sixers.
Who you got making a move?
And that's Embiid.
I
Okay.
think you could package something with that.
You could like package Tobias. A lot with Embiid now before time runs out. That window is closing on him.
It is.
And I don't think we're going to get him the type of help that he needs for us to win. But I think what he might bring us the potential for us to be contenders. Who do you think
would have been better for Embiid, Harden or Westbrook?
Oof. It don't matter. Embiid don't got what it take, bro.
Yeah, get the
time out.
Hey, that's not the question.
Time out. Listen, what I'm.
Who would be
time out, Vito. Let me just tell you something, Vito. Cause I was texting y'all niggas during them games against Miami in the group text. How the fuck Embiid can't post up PJ Tucker? Mm-hmm. How he can't post up Bam Adebayo? Them niggas just pushing him around. Come on, man.
Do you don't think the fact that he got a fucking broken bone in his face might be...
In his face? That got to do with him getting pushed around? Come on, Vito.
Are you serious? You're not going to play the same if you hurt. What the fuck is you talking
Vito,
about?
what that got to do with his strength? I could see if he missing. He can't even get the ball in the post.
If you got something like a toothache, you can't even operate the same. You talking about a broken bone in your face? Come on, man.
Vito.
What he been doing to niggas all year?
That's
posting niggas up and all. Come
yes, all year, but this is the same Embiid.
In the face all year.
This is the same Embiid we get every year, bro. Bro, this the same Embiid we get every year.
Who was your pick for MVP?
Embiid.
Exactly, so don't do that.
Exactly, that's why I agree with John. Trade him now while he got value. He gets hurt every year. You gonna get stuck with him. He got 5 years left on his contract, Vito. One main injury is over. And you stuck. No. Nobody's taking Tobias.
Nobody.
They'll take Tobias maybe with Embiid. Nobody taking, bro.
That's bullshit.
Nobody taking Harden.
First and foremost, it's a lot of niggas that getting around the same amount of money Tobias getting. That's not as good as him.
Nobody is taking Tobias head up. They would have got rid of him already. Nobody's taking him. Vito, you got to be kidding me.
Somebody would take the
bro. Nobody's taking Harden. That $46 million, you stuck with that.
Somebody would take Harden.
No, they not, bro. Expiring. What I'm saying is
exactly an expiring
right.
Contract.
But listen to what we're trying to tell you. Whatever you get back for Harden, whatever you get back for Tobias is not gonna be enough to get Joel over the hump. It's not. It's not. He's a second round and done ball.
You can't say that.
Listen, shout out Tone. Shout out Tone, because John, I believe you was on the episode, but I said it years ago. When they let Jimmy Butler go, they missed a window to win the chip, bro. That was their window
We
when
got
they
rid
let
of the,
Jimmy.
We got
Jimmy,
rid of the wrong one that day.
Bro,
it only take for a team could be a solid team for years. It only take for one motherfucker to come in and change everything and then to win. It
a
happens
one
all the time.
motherfucker like who,
It
bro?
could be. We don't know who it could be. It could be
we
anybody
needed
that's good.
Bro, that shit is over.
You can't say that.
It's over. What I'm saying is, Embiid has 5 years left. He's number 2 in MVP vote in the last 2 years. You can get back 4 or 5 players for him and a bunch of draft picks and still go to the second round like you've been doing.
Yep.
And you rebuild.
No way. Ain't going to
It's just sad that we wasted all that time and resources on Ben Simmons in this Embiid situation, and we do get rid of him now.
Bro, the process at the end of the day was fucked
over.
up. Ben Simmons was part of the process. He was fucked up. Markelle Fultz, the process was horrible. You got a Joel Embiid out of it. They missed that Robin. He needed that Robin. They never got it for him. He's not going to win a chip here, bro. Not with this team.
Exactly, not with this team. Like
And once and you play next year out, and then Harden leaves, and you still not going to have enough, and you risking him playing a whole year without getting hurt again.
But on the other hand, Vito does have a point. Maybe we're just one player traded or something away from being that stuff.
Yes, but what I'm saying,
Embiid, though.
what I'm saying is, right now, you telling me that a GM is gonna give you a star back for James Harden? Yes or no? No.
No, but listen, even if you don't, at the way James Harden's been playing now, you don't need a star. You can get a good player that's going to give you.
Like what I'm saying is James Harden makes $46 million. Who you going to get that's not
in the NBA, the money got to come close. So you're going to get 2 players or maybe a pick for James.
That's why I'm saying nobody's paying James Harden $46 million.
Yes, they are.
Did you just see him in the playoffs?
Yes, they are. How many times have motherfuckers got overpaid and he still travels throughout the NBA for fucking 15
You're right. Yes,
years?
they are gonna pay him that $46 million. You know who they are? The Sixers. That's who's gonna pay him. The only way somebody may take Harden contract, may take Tobias contract, either they're gonna give you back bums, right? Either they're gonna give you back bums, or if you get some good players back, it's gonna be in a package deal with Embiid.
Whatever the case may be, if a team feel like Harden puts them over the hump, a motherfucker will take him.
All right, so before we go to the next topic, let me ask you a question, right? Pick one, clip one right now. If you could have a center for your team to start, would you take Vucevic, Nikola Vucevic, or DeAndre Ayton? Vucevic, who you got?
I'm taking Ayton. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm taking DeAndre Ayton too. So let me ask you this, Vito.
Yeah, I got it.
Let me ask you this, Vito. Let me ask you this. Let me ask everybody out there, right? Because I know you don't like DeAndre Ayton at all.
I like DeAndre Ayton. I just
don't
think he's as good as you make him out to be.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, right? You get a couple draft picks from Phoenix, first round picks, right? Mm-hmm. You get DeAndre Ayton in a sign and trade. You get Mikal Bridges. You get Cam Johnson. And you get one more of the other players just for Embiid.
I'm taking that.
Yeah, like, yo,
are they still a second round team?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I was just because when I told somebody, that that's what I would do. I would say, make a deal with Phoenix, sign and trade, and I get their draft picks just on the strength that Chris Paul always break down. Embiid always break down. Chris Paul ain't got that much longer, so you'll eventually get some good picks out, and you'll still be competitive with that team. Yeah. But somebody told me they wouldn't be competitive at all.
They definitely would.
They would.
They definitely would.
So what's your thoughts, people? 76.
But matter of fact, hold on. As far as second, they don't know. I would have to see the team, like the playoff teams, because I'm forgetting that Embiid is leaving, so who gonna be their man? Ayton?
What I'm saying, whoever is gonna be their man. What I'm saying now, you got DeAndre Ayton, you got Maxey, you got Harden, you got Mikal Bridges, you got Cam Jordan, you still got Thibault, you still got an okay team.
Most of them dudes was together in Phoenix before Chris Paul got there, and they just was alright.
Well, Cam Johnson and all of them is young boys. They just, you know what I mean? So,
You got that
and they're all on rookie contracts. So, like I said, you still being competitive now, and you building for the future. I think DeAndre Ayton on the Sixers for Embiid, I like them chances. Maybe even if you throw in a third team.
But nothing against Phoenix, though. I think Phoenix has had a leash on DeAndre Ayton, though, in his playing career.
That's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think DeAndre.
they've been
DeAndre Ayton ain't going to give you Embiid numbers, but I think he could come to the Sixers and be an All-Star.
20 and 10.
Yeah, 20 and 10, 20 and 12.
I agree with John. Depending on where you land, that shit can stifle your career. Depending on who you playing with and what style y'all play.
Yep. So, what's your thoughts, people? What's next for the Sixers? Glenn Rivers, should he go? What else should you think happened with the Sixers? Like, let us know. Or should you call us an Uber because we talking about trading and B? Keep it a C note with us. Next up, Phil Jackson.
Oh, man, this dude.
Phil Jackson, he done told Jeannie Buss, she asking for advice. He's saying that he would trade LeBron and build the Lakers around Russ.
Now, let me tell you something right now. I know that that's a mirage, a smoke screen. I think that's all BS. And I think LeBron in the background definitely wants to get out of L.A. And they're using that as a scapegoat for his reasoning to get out of there. He's leaving Russ and AD in the rear view.
Oh, so you think basically they just trying to,
I think it's for
why
LeBron.
would Phil Jackson take part in that?
I mean, just to kill some, you know how the media.
Remember Phil Jackson?
You
was
end that
coming
now
at
with the
LeBron
media.
before.
I mean,
Right.
It lets the I don't
Right.
know.
Well,
You know what I mean?
maybe that makes him be the bad guy then instead of LeBron.
LeBron, exactly. Imagine all the heartbroken LA fans.
Not just
when LeBron
Fuck
leaves.
about that.
Yeah, but
LeBron
I mean,
don't.
how many?
So you got to break it down.
He gotta do his best for you.
Or
No,
how about
Phil Jackson gotta
all?
be the
How
face.
about all the niggas that's gonna say, "Oh, here you go again, trying to jump ship to win another chip."
Fuck. He done already did that. So at this point, why don't he give a fuck? He did that shit 3-4 times.
Okay,
All right, but let me ask you, what would be the landing spot for him?
I was just thinking that.
man, he going back home.
Do it.
Cleveland?
You could Cleveland.
He gonna go back to Cleveland, bro. If it's not about no chips no more, and he on his way out the door,
So what's
He
the
gonna go
chances
back
of
to
him?
Cleveland.
You really think he has a chance of playing with his son, being in the league?
How many more years his son got?
I think 2023 or 24.
I
Hold
don't
on.
know.
Is this son still in high school?
I believe so.
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's realistic.
And they said his son got to get to the league. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm
he
saying. I
ain't
don't-
projected to be an NBA boy.
No, his
right
son
now.
can still, even if he only drafted, he can be an undrafted free agent. Just
Yeah, I
for
know.
LeBron there.
I know, but what I'm saying is they saying that he gonna have to work on it. But listen, since we talking about
Yeah,
LeBron,
he'll be a senior this upcoming year.
since
High
we
school, right?
Yeah, high school.
We
so
talking-
2023 he'll be eligible.
I had a debate with some of the fellas, and we was talking Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, right? And I basically said that I think LeBron messed up basketball like I always do, the competitive nature when jumping on the other team, right? Mm-hmm. But I was told this, right? But how? LeBron got Cleveland, a bum-ass Cleveland team, to the chip before he played with Wade. And I said, but they never won. So I want to ask you guys this question because I see it all the time. Vito, me and you had a debate all the time. How come, let's take the Sixers team that won a chip. Mm-hmm. They were good enough to get to the championship, but when they lose, you say, oh, they're a bum-ass team. And they was like one of the best teams in the league that year. Cleveland team, too. If not just Cleveland team, it's a lot of teams. Tracy McGrady, Orlando Magic teams, we always had a debate. Oh, he ain't winning the playoffs because his team wasn't shit. Mm-hmm. But they were good enough to get you to where you went to. So why is that an excuse?
That's not an excuse. Them teams really ain't shit without that one player. You can take that one player out and add 2 or 3 more other players, and they still don't get to the playoffs.
because every time LeBron James actually went somewhere with a team, he had someone on it.
AI and Tracy McGrady teams.
So basically, you saying you take AI off that team, they don't make.
Not only do I say you take AI, it's a couple superstars that you can fill an AI role, and they still don't go to the championship.
But what I'm saying is AI and that, regardless of how you put it, AI and that team was good enough to get to the championship. LeBron and that team was good enough to get to the championship. Why do we use it as an excuse? Oh, their team wasn't shit once they lose. Because my other thing that I had mentioned was with LeBron. Cleveland was finishing with the best record multiple years with Mo Williams and all these same guys that when they lose in the playoffs, you say they not shit. But you're good enough to get the top 3 seed in the whole NBA? But the team ain't shit. Is that an excuse or
no,
like
the team wasn't shit? They had one motherfucker that was running, and then when it got to the playoffs, when they settled down, you see what happened. They got bounced.
So why does regular stats matter then?
What you mean? Because if we're going off of regular season stats, that's what we're gonna talk about.
What I'm saying is, why does if you're gonna say that these guys are bums and all of that, then why are we looking at who made an All-Star game that year?
Those guys not bums?
Who?
Everybody on that team besides LeBron.
I mean, you can say they were bums. They were.
I don't think they were bums.
I think.
They were bums. Well, I don't think Mo Williams was a bum. He was
he made the All-Star team.
He made the All-Star team because somebody didn't play, but he was
Listen, it was still the era where if one player was good enough, they can get you to the chip. Mm-hmm. To me personally, I believe in you can add. Well, is this no cap or call me a Uber? I think right now, if LeBron never jumped Miami, I think multiple superstar. I think Harden would have a ring now. I think Harden would have won one of them rings in Houston, not with Chris Paul or none of them. I'm talking about when he was just throwing oops to the big man, and I think he would have had a ring. I think Chris Paul possibly would have got a ring.
How does LeBron affect that? He's on the East at the
because
time.
What I'm saying is that Houston team ran into a Kevin Durant team that did that on the strength of what LeBron did, and you see what I'm saying? It was a trickle effect where everything was cool. So I'm saying if LeBron never jumps and everything stays the same,
that don't mean
because
this Durant when the left.
No. I'm not saying that what I'm saying is when you look at it, right? Mm-hmm. Look at the landscape. If everybody stays the same, it's not like the Jordan era where Mike was just better than everybody and that's why he won all the chips. I'm saying if everybody stayed on their own teams, more guys right now would have. It wouldn't have been like one team would have dominated. I'm saying this year Houston might have won. Paul George may have a ring. It's a lot of guys that if you didn't start these super teams would have ring. I believe Harden would have a ring. I believe Paul George and that Indiana team would have a. Come on, man. Come on.
Indiana team? No.
Yes, that Indiana team lost 2 years in a row to LeBron and them. They lost in a game 7. That was Paul George pre-injury, bro.
They wouldn't have won no chip, though. I don't give a fuck who he played before injuries. None of that shit. That don't mean he would have won a chip. Even
bro, Derrick Rose with them Bulls teams. That Derrick Rose Bulls team would have won a chip if you didn't have all these teams, bro. If you look at it, a lot of niggas right now would have chips. A lot of them niggas ran into a big three.
Nigga, big three's been going on for quite a long time. This ain't new.
Nigga, what I'm saying is when LeBron, when he jumped ship, he made it cool for everybody to team up is what I'm saying. It was before you was getting traded and all that shit. You see what I'm saying? It was a difference. Now a motherfucker be like, it's cool, I ain't gonna win nothing 2 years. I'm gonna go play with Vito when I'm over there.
But don't think them players don't control them trades too behind closed doors.
They probably do.
But
they probably do.
But shout out to the teams though, because there was a lot of teams, especially like in the finals that the conference and semifinals that were homegrown teams.
Right.
You had Phoenix, homegrown. You had Memphis, Golden State, Boston, and Milwaukee.
Right. But that's not what this year.
This year.
Yeah, I mean, this year. But I mean, Milwaukee is now. You know, them guys is getting older. But what I'm saying is, originally, if you go back a couple of years ago, when like just say when Memphis had Rudy Gay, Marc Gasol, Zebo, no superstars, but a lot of good players on one team. Like that's a team. Chicago's a team. You may say, maybe Vito say no about Indiana. I say yeah. KC, that homegrown team, that OKC team. If they don't run into the big three, who they play?
What big three? You talking about
Miami. If they don't play them, they play Indiana. One of them got to win the chip. That's why I said more teams win.
But would you not take into consideration if say LeBron doesn't leave? Say somebody, if he didn't leave, somebody, maybe not a superstar, but all-star would have came play with him.
He had all-stars playing with him. Nigga, Mo Williams was an all-star.
Mo Williams became an all-star when he got there.
Yes.
No, fuck the technicality. We all know he wasn't original all-star. He was due to injury. But I'm saying Mo Williams was an all-star.
Yes, but LeBron James is still good enough to make Mo Williams an all-star. He's good enough to make those guys all-stars.
Mo Williams had the same exact stats the year before that when he played with the Bucks.
Okay, but
so he wasn't an all-star.
Was he winning?
That's exactly because he was winning. He was on the
matters. That's why I'm saying he was good enough. What I'm saying is, I don't know. That's just my theory. My theory is I think a lot more teams, if it was never no big three, a lot more teams would have rings. I believe Derrick Rose gets a ring with that Chicago team. They was loaded. Luau, Carlos Boozer, Joakim Noah.
They was together before the big three though, wasn't they?
No, they came in like the same time.
I don't remember exactly what year that was when LeBron went over there. What year LeBron went over there?
LeBron went in over there 2010.
Well, I know that big three ain't mean shit. They got dusted off by Dallas.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, even when I can't remember when the year that they beat OKC, the second year, whoever they beat in the championship, whether it was Indiana or Chicago, that's a team that I'm saying they were both homegrown teams. That if it was never no big threes and none of that shit, one of them team wins a chip. And then time out. And then the domino effect with that is, right? The domino effect with that is, let's just say there's no big three. Chicago beats let's say Chicago beats Miami and them with just Wade and they go to the chip. Kevin Durant wins his first chip and listen, let's say he wins his first chip in OKC. That may have changed destiny. He may never leave OKC.
Yeah, the monster squad.
Okay. You see what I'm saying?
Think about it like this. You saying if the big three when the other teams would win, them other teams wasn't winning when LeBron was in Cleveland. When they was winning, and that's without the big
LeBron
three.
Wasn't winning either. What I'm saying
LeBron
is
wasn't winning
What I'm saying is Bosh, LeBron, and Wade all played in the Eastern Conference. So no matter what we're talking about, OKC team still gets to the chip.
Was LeBron and them, the Cleveland team, first, you just said they was number one seed like 2 years in a row. They was going to the Eastern Conference Finals, the championship, and all that shit. That's without a big three. So what makes you think that them Indiana and Chicago teams was going to even beat the Cleveland team?
Because every team that had better teams was already beating Cleveland. Orlando is a...
How was they already beating them when they...
Let me ask you a question, Vito, because you always grind me up for saying that Orlando Magic team was loaded, right?
Yeah.
You grind me up for it. Is that Orlando Magic team, was that team better than that Indiana Pacers team or that Chicago Bulls team?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
They was better. Because they had Shaq and Penny. It's just simple.
No, I'm talking about the Orlando team that made LeBron leave and jump to Miami with Turkoglu, Dwight Howard, and them guys on it. That you always...
Was they better than who? Was that Orlando team better than who?
Was they better than Derrick Rose Chicago Bulls team or the Indiana Pacers team with Paul George?
Give me some of the players.
From who? Which team?
Either both.
I told you Chicago had Luau Deng. They had Joakim Noah. They had Carlos Boozer when he was in his prime. Okay. Indiana Pacers, they had Hibbert. They had David West, Paul George. Okay.
Orlando.
Okay. What's your thoughts, John? You think any of them teams better than Orlando?
I'm thinking now. I don't know.
I don't think none of them teams would have had nobody that could stick Paul George or Derrick Rose. That Orlando team.
They didn't, but you said a team. What about everybody else?
Yes, Chicago had big men and Indiana had big men that would stabilize fucking Dwight Howard, bro.
Man, everybody had a so-called big man, but Dwight was still getting you 20-10, 2-3 blocks.
Right.
Shaw Lewis, 6'10". Hedo Turkoglu, 6'10", and played point guard. They all could shoot. Jameer Nelson could shoot. They had some ballers. Don't get it fucked up.
I mean, I agree with you. But, I'm just saying, I just think
Nah,
Me personally, even if you like Orlando, my thing is I just think it's a lot of teams that could have won a championship.
I don't think so.
Before Big Three. What's your thoughts, people? Is that statement no cap? Should you call me a Uber? Let me know. Vito, your boy Charles Barkley. An interview he did with somebody, I believe what's his name? Dan Patrick or somebody a couple years ago resurfaced where Chuck Daly told him during the Dream Team days he was the second best player on the Dream Team.
No, in the world.
In the world?
In the world, Craig.
Craig,
he said in the world.
I thought
is that statement no cap, or should we call him a Uber?
That's no cap. You already know how I feel about Barkley. That's
I
no
know.
cap to me.
But when Barkley was asked, he said who he thought is the best power forward.
Yeah, but Tim Duncan didn't play when Barkley played, so that's what he was referring to in his time.
Right. Listen, I say that's debatable. The only reason why I say that's debatable is because a guy you always talk about, Elijah Wan, was in the league. Mm-hmm. He was getting busy.
He was.
David Robinson was getting busy. Yeah, I mean, them two, I would say personally, David Robinson and him. But as far as the Dream Team go, because that's what I thought.
I think Michael Jordan's the obvious, but I mean, I would have to put Bird up there.
But that's what I was about to say.
Bird,
if we're talking about that 92 year, he was better than Bird and Magic.
Oh yeah, that year, yes.
Yeah, so that's why I said that part is no cap.
Have you seen the Pivot podcast when they touched on that? When he said the only thing that put them over him is they had help on their team. He specifically said Bird played with
present
McHale.
term.
Right. So that's my next question.
So he's saying he's better than them. They just had better help.
Fuck what he's saying. Who's better, Prime Bird or Prime Barkley? Why you say Prime Barkley?
Because Barkley does more.
Like what?
I feel like Bird is a better shooter. That's it.
Right.
Bird ain't a better post player. Bird ain't a better floor general.
Who averaged more points?
I don't know. But that don't mean shit.
Bird averaged more points. Who shoot better?
Bird. But what that mean? Because somebody averaged more points?
I'm asking you everything.
I'm about to fuck that up because we all know it's quite a few niggas, even when Melo in his prime, that average more points than him. But we would always say that Melo's a better scorer than a lot of niggas. So we ain't not gonna act like just because you average more points.
I'm asking you everything. Who shoot better?
Bird.
Who pass better?
Bird. I'm gonna go Barkley. Barkley.
Who rebound better?
Barkley.
Yeah.
Better defender, Barkley.
Better defender, Barkley.
Better low post player, Barkley. Better finisher around the basket, Barkley.
Bird did it
better
all.
Coast, he did. Better coast to coast, Barkley.
Okay, what's your thoughts, John? How you feel? Who you got better?
Going back and forth with Vito now, I mean, I'm not trying to second guess myself. I still put Bird up there. And I may even take it a step further. I put Bird, I've always said it, above Bron. I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Bird is my number one small
Bird is
forward
over
all
Bron.
time.
But I think it's a far stretch to say that he's over Barkley. I don't know. Bird solidified up there. I don't know.
I got Bird over Barkley. And listen, I hear what Barkley is saying about playing with better people, but you still gotta fit with them people. Because I don't think, listen, what I'm telling you.
That ain't always true when you got
Listen to what I'm telling you. I'ma keep it a C note. If Barkley played with Parrish and McHale, that wouldn't have been nothing for them to win no chip. Bird made listen, but
why would they have Parrish and McHale? Because Barkley and McHale.
But that's who he referenced. He played with those guys. So what I'm
played with other greats.
But
he don't
time out.
You're not listening.
Time out. But I want to make a couple things. But that's what I said. When you're a great player, you make other guys great. Right? My point is this. When you say Barkley rebounds better, that would be my argument. Wow. Because for career-wise, Barkley averaged one more rebound than Bird. And Bird played with those two same guys that you're talking about that both averaged 10 rebounds. And Barkley, best years in rebounding when he played in Philly, he had nobody on them teams.
Not taking consideration. Oh, don't act like Barkley ain't played with Moses, but we're not talking about that. You're not taking consideration that you got
what I'm
Parrish
saying,
and McHale. They're box out balls. So it's easy for Bird to come in and get some rebounds.
What I'm saying is
6'10".
Bird averaged 10 rebounds. Barkley averaged one more rebound than him for career. Bird averaged more points. Mm-hmm. Bird slightly better in steals. Bird was better in assists. The only thing Barkley got him over is one rebound.
All right, how many times Bird won the rebound title?
I'm not saying
what? How many times he won the rebound title? None.
When was it? Give me a year Barkley won the rebounding title, because that's what I was about to say. When you said the Moses thing, Barkley best year on the Sixers when he averaged rebounds, he averaged like 14 rebounds that year. Mm-hmm. He wasn't playing with nobody. So he's grabbing every rebound. So Bird averaged 10 rebounds playing with two niggas that averaged 10 rebounds. You see what I'm saying? So I can't really say Barkley's a better rebounder. We don't know if Bird would have grabbed
Barkley's a better rebounder. He's 6'4".
6'4", 6'5", 6'6", whatever they lit.
Okay, yeah. I give it to you on that credit. You're right, Vito.
Even though he doesn't have those people to grab rebounds on his squad, he still has to rebound over those other people of his opponents. So I'm not going to take that rebound.
But I'm just pointing out that his best year in rebounding, he had nobody. We're not going to act like every year he was grabbing 14, 15 rebounds a game, because that's not the case. I love Charles Barkley, but Charles Barkley is not better than Larry Bird. And my case would be again that I think if he was that much better, he would have made a lot of those guys better. Like
who did Bird make better? I'm saying, since you talking about how somebody makes somebody better, who did Bird?
Nigga, Bird was the piece that got them chips, right?
That don't mean he made them better. They was already a good team. He just jumped on a good team. What the fuck is you talking? That don't mean he made them dudes better. Magic made dudes better, and he was on a good team. I don't feel like Bird made them dudes better.
Bird made them talented. Bro, Bird took them back to the chip when they wasn't going to the chip. That team was there before Bird. Bird was they thought they was going back to the chip with Bird. Magic, it was supposed to be Bird and Magic that year, bro. They wasn't talking about nobody else. What I'm saying is that boy came right in. He was the man up until he got hurt.
They was already a good team. Boston
okay,
and
but time
was
out.
Already good team.
Time out. I just ended like this. When we seen the McDonald's commercial, off the board, off the banners. Who was in them commercials? Huh, John?
The fuck that Jordan. Do anything?
Who else?
Bird.
Jordan and
Who? What was the name of the game?
Jordan versus Bird.
Who was the best two players in the league at one time? But I'm not even gonna say the best two. But that's who they pump. I think Magic was. Yeah, I got Magic.
Era, not Jordan and Bird.
No, but Jordan and Bird was the first comparison, because Jordan was giving them niggas 60 against Bird.
And he never beat Bird in the playoffs. What the fuck?
I'm not talking about in the playoffs. What I'm talking about, who was the top two guys in the league at that time? It was Jordan and Bird. That's what everything was based around.
Listen, when Bird was the top player, it was Bird and Magic. Jordan era, when Jordan was the shit, Bird was no longer the shit.
Listen to what I'm saying. When Bird was the man, Jordan was in the league. They were the best two players. Bird was winning chips, but Jordan was the best player in the league. And I say they were selling them as the best two players, because I think Magic, I'm going to put Magic up there. That's my guy. So what's your thoughts, people? Keep it a scene with his better prime player. Who you taking? Larry Bird, Charles Barkley. Keep it a C-note with us. Ooh. Fellas, NFL schedules got released. Shout out to the Ramley, the Super Bowl champs. Hardest schedule in the league. Pause. Your Niners, Vito, 5th hardest schedule in the league. Pause. The Eagles, 3rd easiest schedule in the league.
Hell yeah.
See, I never understood that. When you make the playoffs, you shouldn't get an easy schedule. Your schedule should be harder the next season.
Hold on, I got one for you. Shout out our guys from 28th Street. When we gonna hear this Dak Prescott talk again all season, 2nd easiest schedule in the league. Like, how the fuck does Dallas get this second? I can see the Eagles, even though they made the playoffs. Like, how do you give the whole NFC East the easiest schedule in the league every year?
But on the flip side, that's kind of before you say it, one thing I want to say is, it's kind of like iffy because they're basing that shit off the season before. Coming into this year, teams change.
That shit always change.
And sometimes you ain't as good as you
Yeah,
were.
but even if they basing it off this year they just passed. The Eagles and Dallas both made the playoffs. They shouldn't have this second and third easiest schedule.
I've been saying that since fucking New England Patriots. Every time they was winning, they was always getting the easy schedule.
Now that's what everybody's saying to me. Everybody like, y'all the champs, y'all supposed to. And I said that's true, but every other year I don't see the champs having the hardest schedule like that.
Well, I don't know about y'all, but I mean, I'm a diehard Eagles fan. I always thought that we had a weak. Right now, we have a weak division.
Okay.
So with that being said, that's half of our schedule. It's playing the lower.
Where do you see y'all in your division? What number?
Of course, I see as number one in our division, especially
now,
this
reality.
year.
Where do y'all see y'all?
The number one. Seriously, I got us above the Cowboys, the Giants,
what's in that cup?
and the
Why
Washington.
Uouuber?
What push y'all over Dallas?
We got the artillery and
No,
we got
y'all
the
don't.
weapons. Yes, we do
What
this
push
year.
y'all over? Matter of fact,
We got
y'all over the Giants.
we
So
filled
you
with
got the Commanders over there?
Yeah, Commanders is better than them.
Nah,
as long as that boy Chase
Oh,
come
you
back.
gonna hold
Nah.
Brother Fish down, huh?
Listen, them boys made the playoffs the year before that, and I don't even remember who their quarterback was.
Yeah.
Washington is not going to be better than us.
What happened with Washington? They running back was hurt all year. He was playing
Antonio.
hurt.
Okay,
Yeah.
exactly, and most likely they'll be back.
Oh,
I got y'all third.
okay. Right
Negative.
now, as is,
Negative.
as of recording,
Negative.
as of recording, before any injuries, any sneak trades, or anything, what do you got your record being? Keep it a C note.
I got us winning 10 games.
10-7. How many games you got?
Maybe 6 losses.
6 losses. So Dan, you got 11 wins. You saying y'all going? I got us at 12 wins.
All right.
I got us about 10. Because it's always a team on your schedule that you feel like you can bust their ass, but you also got to take in consideration that one of the teams you got as a lock win can come up and get a fluke win. So you got to like give or take one game at least.
Right. So what's your thoughts, people, right now? Before injuries or anything else, drop in the comments what you think your team record will be this year in the NFL. Please keep it a scene over with us. As far as hip hop go, we got a lot of goofy stuff going on. Young Thug, Gunna, they just got the RICO. They got indicted. One of their artists, Lil Key, I believe his name is, died. Casanova, he just took a deal for 20 years.
He took a deal for 20?
He took a 20-year deal.
But I heard that the bull died though from like liver failure or something like that. It wasn't like
I don't know. I didn't see how he died, but I know he died. But then you got Young Dolph getting killed, and all these. You got AR Ab and them got indicted. You got YFN Lucci and all these. So with all these rappers getting killed, getting indicted, is it time for the kids to look for a new hustle? Is rap not the hustle no more?
No, that shit ain't worth it to me. Now, don't get me wrong, some good money. But at the end of the day, them motherfuckers is being targeted by both sides. They being targeted by their own people and them other people.
Right.
like I said, the Jews is pushing this. I'm sorry to say it is what it is, but unless the tone of the music changes, the influence is not going to change. Like everybody's still going to want to be top dog.
Okay.
It's not.
But you're gonna be top. You want to be top dog no matter what genre of music you're in.
I know, but only hip hop brings that type of element to it, like with the guns, the racketeering, all that shit is like tied in with hip hop. Everything
That's
he's rap,
everything,
yeah, but that's everything he's rap. You don't hear that shit in no other type of music.
That's the setup. Cause think about it. What's the number one genre of music right now? It's hip hop.
Right.
Exactly.
So think about it. They trying to get them motherfuckers out the way.
So how do you feel about what D.L. Hughley said about with names like Thugger and Gunna?
Bullshit, man.
Like how y'all feel about
That's
that?
bullshit.
You said the name or something brings on whatever type of
Right.
energy. So
I
if
don't
he
believe
DL,
that.
is he on the down low? Like
Right.
I don't
Exactly.
Right, I think that's bullshit. But
That's bullshit.
But here
say
goes
that.
a theory that was brought to me. Somebody was like, when they came out with NWA and everything, they seen that people would follow rappers and all of that. But these guys were studio gangsters. So they said, we can get people to follow these guys. Let's get real gang members to be rappers and all of that, and people follow each other, and then boom, 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 we can get them to kill each other, and we can lock them up. Do you think that that's true? Is that a conspiracy theory?
That definitely is. But think about it like this: like, what's the name of the group that follow Tech Nine? Or is it Tech Nine? Or what's the name of the group that paint their face like clowns? Something Clown Posse or Mama?
Yeah,
Insane
Clown Posse.
You don't hear about none of them dudes getting indicted. Whoever they follow a group, right?
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
But if I'm not mistaken, I think Young Thug and Gunna and all of them, they were like 300 Entertainment. Did you see that it was like a conspiracy? Everybody that signed to 300 Entertainment like either gets locked up or gets killed. Because I think they were saying like Dolph and what's the other guy that got killed out of LA from New York? Did it sound like 50 a little bit?
Oh, Pop Smoke?
I believe they were saying he was signed to
Fetty Wap down with him?
Fetty Wap, I'm not sure, but I know it was. I seen it trending on Twitter that it was a lot of artists from 300 Entertainment that was either getting locked up or they done got killed. So it's like, to me,
My thing is, how do you target the rappers for some gang activity when clearly YSL is a label? So if that's the case, if you're doing it like that, then that means you got to go after somebody like GM or somebody like Ford, because they're also a name of a company and they're a group of motherfuckers that work for that same company.
And that's the thing that people forget. They're an LLC actual company. So I don't want to like jump the gun, and I hope that they do get out of this.
Well, here's the thing now. Here's the thing. With them, a lot of the stuff that's really killing them is they're doing shit and then they're putting it in the music. So
can you prove that they're doing what they say in the music? Because I could say I killed 100 niggas in some songs. Don't mean I did it.
Well, that's what with this case, I seen that the lady basically saying that they got a lot of this shit off of their music.
Like AR situation, they didn't find him with nothing from what I heard. Look at what they done to him.
Right.
Anybody who mentioned fucking Pablo Escobar in their song, does that mean they go to jail because they played a part in some of that? No.
I don't know, but what I'm saying is, I think what it is when they're saying this stuff, that's what they're investigating.
But that don't mean, that's just speculation.
I agree.
Because from when they explained what the RICO is, basically RICO is just, that was their way of getting the mafia guys.
Yep.
Right.
Association, affiliation.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to commit a crime just on the strength that I'm fucking with you and you my man. We might have
yep.
grew up together. You might do some dumb shit.
Right.
How the fuck you put me in the jail for something you? That's
right, but
exactly.
most of them don't got the RICO charges. The big niggas got the like Gunna for sure got it, Young Thug for sure got it. But it's like 28 of them. A lot of them got like bullshit charges.
But that's what I'm saying. Of course they're gonna put the RICO on the two niggas that's getting all the money because they the money.
Yeah. Right, and it's a state case. It's not even feds yet.
And it's a money thing to make, because after they're done battling the county charges,
the state, and the feds going to swoop right in.
And then the feds going, like, that's all their money. That's
same shit they did with Murder Inc. when they froze all their accounts when the Bull Cream got moved.
Yeah. But I think that's exactly what they going.
I just think it's funny because Nip, how many properties and businesses did he have? How many properties did Young Dolph have?
And the shit that Nick was trying to do with the
Dr. Sebi?
the Bitcoin. No, not that. You know he was trying to do some shit with some with a different form of currency and shit too.
Right. Right. So I don't know, man. I think it's like a rough time. Like even with Casanova, did you see the thing that was trending with him? He did an interview a couple years ago. He said if you get indicted by the feds and you're rich and you take the deal for 20 years that you told, but now he just took a deal for 20 years. Does that apply to him?
I don't know. It would come out if he.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying,
how do you tell and still get 20 years? That don't make no fucking sense.
Shit, because he probably was looking at. They said they was looking at him for 7 years. They've been looking at Young Thug and Gunna and them for 10 years. So it's not like they just putting bullshit together.
As they came out, shit.
It ain't like they just putting bullshit together. Like they got shit.
And this is my thing. I'm gonna say they're target because, of course, you know where they come from. So even if you remove yourself from their life, you still play some type of part if you're going back and forth. But think about all these motherfucking Fortune 500 companies, how they get to where they're at by playing dirty. Them motherfuckers be having motherfuckers killed and all that shit too. Right. Why they not looking at them?
Oh yeah, because they on the bigger scale and they paper longer.
Exactly.
But listen though, even with that, why would Young Thug say something about shooting up a car in the mall and a nigga car really got shot up in the mall? Like, why would you put that shit in songs? What's the reason?
Because niggas want to portray themselves as a certain stigma, but at the end of the day, I guarantee you, even if that car got shot up, and even if it came from his camp, I'm guarantee you he didn't do that shit.
Yeah, I know he didn't do that shit, but what I'm saying is, even if you paid somebody to do it, why the fuck are you bragging about it on a song?
Man, these niggas is
like,
goofy, man.
Like, why? Like, I would never do that.
Man.
Like, I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, I shot at Vito 5 weeks ago, and he lucky I missed him. Like, why would like that's some dumbass shit to do to me?
Listen, these boys want that instant gratification, man.
Well, I also blame. I know YSL is probably like a little small or a record label, but you know that there's always somebody above them,
right?
And I think it's who is it? It's Atlantic Records and 300 Entertainment.
Right.
So with that being said, you allow your artists to put this out, and you allow this type of content to be put out without any type of censoring, like, yo, let me call you, let me talk to you for a second before you put this out, because you are a representation of these labels. So if they let you do that, I already know what the main focus for them is. I mean, they gonna let you put that shit out. Go ahead, kill yourself, get yourself in jail. They don't give a fuck, just as long as your music sells now. And guess what? Once your black ass gets locked up, guess what? Your music's gonna sell even more. Make me some more money.
But let me ask y'all this question then, since you're talking about the label. Now, if Young Thug and them run out of money and the label don't come and put money behind them and they done made all it, I mean, they probably not. But are they wrong for that?
No.
Why you say no?
So we in a business situation. We're not friends. We're not family.
Yep.
Okay.
Truthfully, they could. It depending on the contract. If you can't perform certain situations, that could be a breach of contract because you can't fulfill this contract because you in jail.
Right. Yeah. Right, I mean, I agree with you, Vito, but it's a lot of people that's going to say that, 300 Entertainment make all this money off
Young... Who is 300 Entertainment? Who runs 300 Entertainment?
The boy, what's his name? The boy that Dame Dash don't like, I believe. The one he called the Vulture all the time.
Leor?
I'm if I'm not mistaken, it's Leor.
Yes. Now, I could see if you sign with somebody like the Hove and he don't come to you.
It's the other boy.
Kevin Lyles.
Yeah, it's Kevin Lyles. Lighty? No, Lyles?
Yeah, Kevin Lyles.
Yeah.
But like I said, it depends on your relationship with the motherfucker who ran the label. If you just an artist that's getting money for him, if you don't got no personal, he don't feel obligated to come to your rescue.
Right. I mean, me personally, I'm like...
Jay-Z's a prime example.
No, listen.
Remember he ain't...
Not just
he
that.
Ain't go
I seen an interview when Casanova said that they was telling him, yo, you getting money now, you're an artist. If you get into some more shit, we not coming to your rescue.
Right. I mean, yeah, that's definitely on the artist. That's how I feel. But sometimes fans look at it like, no, they supposed to back the artist. He just made them all his money. And like even with the Tupac situation, motherfuckers was like, how the label leave Tupac in jail and Suge had to come get him and this, that, and the third. But to me, it's like, nigga, when you sign that contract, that's like if any hustle you got. If I'm gonna say, here go 500 t-shirts, bring me this amount of money back. I just fronted you. Then once you get your money, you do whatever you want to do with your money. That's on you. But if you don't invest it right, I can't come to help you again.
Like how many NFL, NBA teams go bail out their players? You don't hear about that.
Right. But that's always becomes a thing. Like, and that's when the players make it like, they do us dirty all the time and all of that. But to me, it's just a business. To me, that's how I always look at it. It's a business. You're not gonna... Somebody I'm doing business with, I might be selling somebody 25 hats a day. That don't mean if they get locked up, I'm gonna come bail them out.
You can look at it on a smaller scale. You go to work every day, you get into some dumb shit getting booked. You're not looking for the motherfucker who ran your job or your company to come bail you out. That's the same thing. You're not making them the same amount of money, but you're still making them way more money than the fuck you're making for yourself.
Right. Right. So what do you think now? Should they start picking up basketballs and footballs again and leave rap alone? Is rap become too dangerous?
The problem is I think kids don't know how to be themselves anymore and stay in their lane. Everybody's trying to be somebody that they not. That's the biggest issue.
We talked about last week.
Stay in your
Cole.
lane. Yep.
You don't see him getting into shit like that.
Well, here's the thing now, and I think the reason for that is because the way they look at it is everybody. If I got 10 J. Coles, everybody's not gonna gravitate towards 10 J. Coles. They might not gravitate towards 3 J. Coles, but everybody might gravitate towards these 10 drill artists that's talking about shooting shit up or spinning your block and all that shit, because all the artists right now are saying the same shit, and they all getting deals. Back then, you wasn't getting deals for saying the same shit. It's a reason why. They don't want 10 J. Coles in the game.
They're talking about that now.
And see, you know who else is to blame? These radio stations. I know that they still taking undercuts for spinning, for playing these this music, so I do blame them. I think they're the center source of all this shit, and they get to control too much.
But that's not even the case, because with the internet and everything, nobody really. It's not a lot of people listen to the radio. But what that's always go to when I say with the radio about people being sold to us, because the record companies dictate what's gonna get played on the radio.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And I don't care if a song has a good enough beat and is catchy. I don't care how good the song is. It's gonna get catchy and it's gonna go in your head and you gonna end up liking it if you're a radio person. So that's when I always be saying, like, people like Beyonce to me don't make the best music, but if you keep hearing that shit over and over and over and over again, them people that listen to the radio all day, every day, especially.
I can't agree with you on that, because I listen to radio and her shit be on the radio, but not as much as some of these other motherfuckers.
I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about when she was in her prime, like before internet and social media start taking over, like when it was still based off the radio and all that shit.
But I understand that, but I don't feel like it's that many female artists out there that make better music than her.
It ain't that many female artists out there.
Million of them. What are you talking about? They just ain't that good, so you don't know them. Always.
What I'm saying is, if we go back to early 2000s, we probably can name a bunch of solo artists.
Nothing better than her, though, is what I'm saying.
To you.
To me, yeah.
Right, yeah.
I only think of, like, I'm a big Mariah Carey fan. I feel like she's the shit. She right up there. But besides her, I can't think of too many right off the top. Yeah. And Whitney's before her, so.
But Whitney, I mean, yeah, it go back to that radio thing, because it's going to go back to the, do you want a singer or do you want somebody that's going to make you bounce and all that? Because to me, B give you more, she give me more of a Britney Spears type.
But that's what I'm saying.
vibe.
How many Beyonce albums do you own for you to even make that statement?
I don't own only going none. That's my point. I've heard multiple, but what I'm saying is I only like her ballads, and her albums don't be having that many ballads. That's what I be trying to tell you. All her songs do is she has ballads that I like, you know what I mean, on every album, but they're rare. 13 songs, she might have like 2. But let me ask you this though before we wrap it up, Vito. You're a conspiracy theorist. Mm-hmm. Do you believe in plants? People being planted in the industry, music industry, sports, and all of that. Why you believe in it? Where you think they at? You think they everywhere?
They everywhere. They planted motherfuckers in the Black Panthers. They planted motherfuckers in Martin Luther King's camp and Malcolm X's camp. Plants everywhere. I guarantee you, there's a plant in motherfucking Farrakhan's
I always said,
camp
like,
somewhere.
Most of our downfalls was always taken down by somebody of our own kind. And even Huey P. Newton, he was killed by a black man, of course. Yeah,
but I think sometimes a lot of that shit is like, I think we say that getting caught up in the moment. Because, listen. The perfect example was when we was just talking Rico and we was talking the Italians. The Italians kill each other like we do, tell on each other like we do. They do all that shit we do. They do that shit too.
Plants. They be having undercover agents.
No, I'm not saying that they don't be having plants, but we make it look like we the only ones doing that shit. Where like killing each other, telling on each, like we're our only downfall. What I'm saying is most Italian mob bosses were brung down by their own, just like the Black Panthers had people infiltrate them. So it don't just happen
but there's
blacks.
a difference though, man, because the type of organization that the mafia was and the type of organization that the Black Panthers was. Like one was for positivity and for defensive. The other one was for schemes and backdoor cuts and whatever. I'm not going to get into that, but we all know what the mafia did.
Right. I'm not just saying the mafia, but what I'm saying is with everything, like you have people, because it's not just that they said, we're not just going to say Black Panthers, because they've said it with gangs and all of that, where people have infiltrated each other. So what I'm saying is, it happens on all levels with every race, but for some reason we look at it like it only happens to us. Like
not me, I know it is big. Like I've seen enough shit happens with the when you said as far as gangs, like the motorcycle gangs,
right?
Majority of them are white guys. That shit happens with them too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That shit be happening a lot with everybody. I think that I don't know why we do it, but sometimes I think that we believe that it only happens to us, because when you hear like they always infiltrating the black man, or every time we got something, but anything that's powerful, because I get what you're saying. Cause before you finish, let me just say that before they know who the mafia is, they gotta investigate them, right? Once it don't matter which your race is. Once you become too powerful, they gonna look into this group. And if they think, we got to take them down, then they going to take you down. I don't care if they saying...
But as far as that goes, I feel like it's levels to it, too. Because I feel like the Mafia played themselves because they was making too much noise. Because if they didn't make so much noise, they would have been left alone. Because they were around for a long time. They had people in position as lawyers, judges, and all that shit. They started playing themselves because they was getting a little too noisy. Right. The black people, they try to cut them off before they even get to that point.
Yeah. And to speak about now, I still think some of the motorcycle gangs they do have some high reach.
Yes.
They do. And just like that motorcycle gang that had that shootout, people got killed. Everybody got cleared of all charges. Everybody.
Oh, because nobody told.
Because everybody kept their mouth shut.
Yeah. No, but y'all probably remember.
But
Hell
listen,
had a shootout on the highway. And nobody, you ain't hear nothing about that.
Now go through every race, and how many races you gonna say nobody told? Like that's a rare situation where nobody told, and they got somebody usually breaks. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm not just saying blacks, because it could have been a Mexican shooting, but that's rare when nobody breaks.
And for there to be that many people,
like even for whatchamacallit, like I don't want to keep naming the negative people, like BMF. For them to have that many people get indicted and nobody told, they didn't get off, but for nobody to tell at all, like that's
they only got
rare.
caught up on some phone call shit. They tapped somebody's line.
That's rare. But what was you going to say at the one thing though, John? When I cut you?
No. I said it though. I got it off my chest.
So, but did you say plants and sports?
It might be plants and sports.
Plants and everything.
So what do you mean plants? Like from kids? When y'all say plants, what do you mean plants?
I feel like that if it's a group of any situation, they're gonna, especially like you say, when they're growing in power, they're gonna put one of their own in there to report back to them, so they know what's going on at all times, so then they know the right time when to step in. I'm sure it was a plant in YSL in one of them groups. Something.
But what about in sports though? That's what I'm trying to get. What do y'all mean by plants in sports? Like, can somebody explain what y'all mean?
It's just weird. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just weird how it's a phenomenon and a crazy anomaly that you'll see like all these basketball players at a young age, and the same motherfuckers are in the NBA that same year, and it just such a coincidence. You'll see like a kid playing basketball with an NBA star, and they still had a picture or whatever, and it's like it's some type of connection. So
we didn't hear him talk about, like, I don't know as far as that. I feel like a plant in sport could be just a regular motherfucker who survive in the league forever, who ain't really all that good.
Like a Udonis Haslem?
Not really Haslem.
Man, that nigga...
He served a purpose. Like, he was
not the last 7 years.
No, I know why they keeping him around, though.
Oh, all right.
Because they don't got a lot of veterans on the team, and he like they OG and
right.
he the bully. But just people, like it's niggas pretty much in every area that stick around in the league forever and don't ever really play.
Right.
And they be team to team. Some motherfuckers even go team to team. As long as they coach, it's like say a coach get fired from one team, go to another team. Somehow that same dude ends up on that bench, and then he winds up being a coach later on down the line for that team. Come on, man.
Kendrick Lamar album, y'all heard it?
Nah.
Double album, you heard it?
Yeah, I heard it.
How you feel about it? Real quick, pause.
I gotta listen to it again a couple more times to get a true take on it. It's different. I ain't gonna lie, it's not my speed. From what I heard so far, bars, some is here and there. It's a lot of. I don't know. It just threw me off a little bit from what I'm expecting from like how normal songs are constructed and how it goes like verse, hook, whatever. But it's just. The beats I have to get used to. I'm not knocking it. I'm not gonna say it's not there because what he's saying is some real shit though. That's why I kind of fucks with it. But the beats and whatever, it's not something like I don't know. I'm really really quick to play.
I like Kendrick. He's just like you said. He's not my speed.
He's not.
I like some of his shit. But
Okay, let me no cap or call him a Oouuber. Kendrick is a black Eminem type rapper.
He gets to get away with saying shit that other rappers don't get to to say. Yeah.
I feel like he is.
Okay, so my last thing is I asked y'all about the plant thing because I recently seen something on YouTube where they said Kendrick Lamar is a plant and that he was like, I don't know all the stuff, but they say his video, I know you see the video, the 5 Hearts, John, where he do the faces and all that. They say the pose he made is like a Masonic pose where time out. Go ahead. Now, so basically what they're saying is like he just graduated to the highest degree of masonry and he's basically a plant that was put into, so
it's possible. But my thing as far as with the conspiracy theories, as far as the videos, like you can pretty much take bits and pieces of somebody's all their videos and take the smallest thing and say this means that, and say and add it to a conspiracy theory. Like if you in your video and you rapping and you cross your arms or you do some shit like this, they can easily stop it right there and add it or add something else to it and say he's doing that because this represents that.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Now let me ask you one further because I heard something with an interview with the guys from Bone Thugs. And they were saying that a lot of times, not just Bone Thugs, the guy from Drew Hill, they were saying a lot of times that, the big fella from Drew Hill, the big
Jazz.
Yeah, I think it was him, but he was saying basically all the shit with the dragons and all that came from the label. He was saying a lot of the stuff they did in the videos, the directors was telling them. So is it possible, because what you're saying is possible, Vito, he's doing this and people can take, but is it possible that a director can be a Mason and Kendrick is just ignorant to the fact and he's doing this because, is that possible?
Yes.
What do you think, John?
No, I think if anything, Kendrick would be that plant. I don't think somebody would be a plant for it because he just be doing. Even some of his bars is kind of questionable to me. Like he throws me off with like his religion techniques and like with his label cover. You see him holding a baby, and then he has like the thorns around his head. He has a gun in the back. It's just weird imagery.
And one of his new songs on the album, he talk about being like a god.
And then he's mentioned in other like albums and songs like Yahweh, Yahshua. So it's kind of weird, like to take him where he's at spiritually or whatever.
So, but forget where he at spiritually. No way. Is it a chance that he could be a plant?
Yes, anybody could be.
Anybody can be a plant.
But if you bet your money on it, would you say he's a plant?
I wouldn't.
What would you say, John?
I don't know if I would say Tekashi's more one that I would put my money on right now, to be
Tekashi
honest.
6ix9ine? Okay, last week we got a lot of feedback on the J. Cole stuff. A lot of people called me a Uber saying J. Cole. So listen, right now, we're going to have a cipher, right? Mm-hmm. Not us, but we're going to have a cipher, and the winner is going to win a couple $1 million. You name the price, but we got to put Wayne, Cole, Drake, Kendrick in the cipher. Mm-hmm. Who has the hottest verse? Who's second? Who's the weak link out of them? Just spitting.
J. Cole.
J. Cole hottest?
Yup. J. Cole, Kendrick, Lil Wayne, Drake.
I go Lil Wayne, Cole, Kendrick, Drake.
I go J. Cole, Kendrick, Drake, Lil Wayne.
We gotta get this boy a cab.
Call him Oouuber. Listen, no disrespect.
You can't say no disrespect and disrespect.
I don't want to hear that shit Lil Wayne talking these days.
We talking about bars.
We're talking about them right now.
Yes, right
as
now.
they
Lil
are.
Wayne
I don't want to hear that.
I even see other rappers say Lil Wayne still out here killing shit with everybody.
He got metaphors that are catchy.
Some of them, but sometimes he over.
You said cipher and bars. We're not talking about making a song.
No, we're talking about
J. Cole got bars.
No, I'm not saying he don't. That's why he was number 2.
So you had Wayne 1. Where you had Wayne?
I had Wayne 3.
And you had 4. Who had 4?
The Ghostwriter. I mean, the guy who has good people.
Come on, man, don't do that.
He got to be number 4.
So who you had last?
Drake.
You had Drake last, son?
Yeah.
Damn.
I only feel like because them boys are more lyrical than him. But as far as the Ghostwriter shit, this boy talking about,
he got that pretty boy finesse.
Everybody missed me with that.
Time out. Every album, I don't care. I don't know every song on Drake album, but I know every album, if he got a such and such AM freestyle on it, that's when he go. That Drake right there, right now, man, he a lap Wayne. Stop it.
You ain't hear Drake and Wayne on that song with Nicki?
Yeah.
Yeah, Wayne killed.
Come on,
shit.
man.
Tripping.
Come on, man. And that song old.
But it's still new. It ain't old.
It's new but old.
It ain't old.
It's new. What's your thoughts, people? Drake, Cole, Wayne, Kendrick in the cipher right now. Who's the top dog? Who kills it? Who's the weak link?
Matter of fact, hold on. I gotta put Drake over Kendrick because in some of them BET ciphers, Kendrick wasn't saying nothing that I was trying to hear.
Can we kill the speculation now with where would you put him?
As far as what?
If you had to enter him in that cipher.
In a cipher, he would be in the top, but that's different than a song. A cipher ain't the same as a song.
We just freestyle. If M was to join, where you putting him?
And them people with them people?
I'm putting him over Wayne too.
No, I'm not putting him over Wayne.
Man, I don't want to hear neither one of that shit that they talking,
after
bro.
Cole and Wayne.
Yeah, all right. I don't want to hear.
I
don't want to hear that shit Eminem talking right now, bro. I don't want to hear that shit.
All right. So Eminem career, is it overhyped or no cap? Is he? They consider him a legend.
He a legend.
He's definitely legendary in his status, but
ain't no doubt.
My issue with him, he played too much on some of them songs.
So he gets to get away with a lot of like lyric bullshit sometimes because of who he is. Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah, but he one of them people that every album that he one of them people that don't get talked about. He playing down his people all the time on albums. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about all the other white people. Mm-hmm. And nobody looks at that and said, well, the white people get mad at it. But I'm saying is he does do it. So when people be like, only the black shoot they something. No, Eminem, every song he come, every album he come. And I'm talking about, he be talking about raping these people. And he naming names. That's what I'm saying. He does that shit every album. So I salute him because that name, he ain't got
away with that bullshit.
He do get a, but I guess when you producing like that, I guess you can say whatever you want. You know what I mean? I guess you can, because the same shit you knocking, you say you don't really like about Kendrick. If people didn't have Kendrick up there, you think he'd be experimenting with all that shit he be doing on these songs? Fuck no. He'll be sticking it with work. Mm-hmm. But as long as everybody gonna follow it, I'm an experiment. Let me see how this shit sound. Like, but yeah, the album to me is alright. I will say that. And I gotta listen again, but I heard some songs on there, like some creative shit. But then I heard some shit on there that is like, what the fuck is he talking about? He got a song with some girl on there where it's like, fuck you, bitch. Like, he arguing with his girlfriend and they just rapping back and forth. That shit is crazy.
I'm gonna listen to it on the way.
That shit is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, though, I guess we could wrap this episode up because what we sipping on?
Espelon.
Espelon. This shit got me sweating like a mug,
that
man.
Shit is terrible.
Bro.
That shit is thick like fucking syrup.
That's why I told her. That's why I wanted the Don Julio. But
that shit is, yeah.
Shout out everybody for tuning in. We appreciate you as always. Remember, we got the Call 'em Oouuber shirts on deck. Shout out Kareem the Dream. He said that J. Cole ain't a GOAT. The GOAT stands for greatest of all time.
That's what I said last week, but we talking about
J.
for
Cole
his
is
era.
a GOAT.
Yeah,
for his era.
Shout out Kareem the Dream. He just old and stuck in his ways. Like, he an old head that's stuck in his ways.
So
shout out to that.
Let me give a shout out to Stick Kid Podcast too.
Shout out them. Yeah, they got a dope podcast. You want to shout anybody out?
No, I don't want to shout out, but I want y'all to drop a comment for y'all to let us know what should we try next week. Nice smooth tequila for our show.
That ain't the fucking.
Let us know. Drop a comment.
Don Julio it is.
I think Don Julio, Patron. I like Patron. That's my go-to. Silver. I like that. Espelon.
All three of them down there is good.
Yeah. He like the top upper shelf.
That Browns.
Well, we out of here, people. As always, I'm your boy Brown. To the left of me, you
got John.
To the left of him, we got
Vito.
Please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell everybody. Keep it a C-No. We'll holler at y'all.
Peace.
Shit. This is what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da.